We finally got to hear from former special counsel Robert Hur. Hur testified before the House Judiciary Committee on Tuesday and really took fire from all sides over his bombshell report on President Biden's handling of classified information. That report was released last month, and in that report, Hur explained that his team was not going to bring charges against President Biden over the classified document debacle. The hearing Tuesday went as was pretty much expected. It really broke down along party lines. Hur took a lot of flack from Democrats for his characterization of President Biden's memory. His report famously cited concerns that a jury would view the president as, quote, a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory, end quote, and therefore wouldn't be inclined to convict him. Republicans had seized on this line and pummeled the president for weeks now over that. Hur vehemently defended his inclusion of that assertion, basically saying that his instructions were to produce a classified report on his findings. At one point, Congressman Adam Schiff really grilled Hur on that point and was saying that he had to know that this report was going to be released to the public and that his characterizations of the president's memory was inevitably going to generate a political firestorm. But Hur was pretty adamant that he could not sanitize his findings, and he had to include all of his rationale for not bringing charges against the president. Hur also pushed back against some Democrats who were trying to suggest that the report and his findings exonerated the president. He really took issue with that word, exoneration, and was saying that he merely decided that his team couldn't find sufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that President Biden willfully retained those classified documents. Republicans really drilled down on that in particular, and they were grilling Hur about why he didn't think he had enough evidence to go against the president. Hur was really going through a bunch of different hypothetical arguments that he felt Biden's defense team could hypothetically bring up in court and explain why he didn't think he had strong enough of a case. Another big development of the day was right before Hur's testimony, we got the transcripts for Hur's roughly 5-hour interview with President Biden last year. That transcript shed light on a pretty controversial part of Hur's report where he was suggesting that the president didn't know exactly when his son, Beau, died from brain cancer. The transcript showed that President Biden did know the exact date that Beau died, but he didn't seem to really know the year and kind of needed help with that it was 2015. So overall, this appears to largely close the chapter on the classified document ordeal for President Biden. There's still a little bit of unfinished business, a little bit of a fight going on as to whether or not the Justice Department will release the audio of the interviews that Hur conducted for this report. The White House took a victory lap after Hur's testimony concluded. They basically said that this is now a closed case and it's a done deal